all he's done in these movies so far is fuck women,
Fucked women. He's
drink
partied.
martinis.
Yes, he's not done shit. I don't think James Bond has ever been to a goddamn grocery store. It's not
Very easily distracted drunk pussy hound.
Sean Connery has been drinking and smoking and partying for so fucking long. James Bond is not a good man. You only live twice, man. We made it.
Made it. We took like 2 steps back in this movie, yes?
I don't know, man.
As far as things being like realistic, or obviously nothing's realistic per se.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just felt like we were getting better as far as like quality of movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this movie, you're going, what was that? What was all this?
I mean, I think the quality movie stayed pretty much... I think it stayed right around the same as what it was.
Right.
The acting went down. Yeah, it went down. I don't know if he seemed sad. He seemed really fucking sad for most of the movie. And then it just kind of ends.
Yeah. And then it just kind of
ends.
Yeah. Shout out to Always Sunny. I want you to see once you guess the budget stuff, you know.
Okay, yeah. Guessing of the budget.
Yeah, I gotta pull up last movie.
All right.
I gotta write all these down at some point.
Yeah, we'll get a poster. Do you have it up? You have it up yet, or you want to just start guessing?
Oh, I have You Only Live Twice up. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to guess the budget for it?
Oh shit. All right, the budget for You Only Live Twice. Fuck. What was yeah, that's why you're looking up the other ones.
Thunderball.
Yeah, what was
Thunderball's
Thunderball?
budget was $9 million.
Okay, all right.
Made 141.
All right. So this one was man, because they shot most of it in Japan and had the fucking helicopter shots.
Right.
And then they had the exploding helicopters. I'm gonna go 18. I'm gonna go 18 budget with a. Man, all right, 18 budget. 136 million box office.
You can almost cut that budget in half. $9.5 million.
God.
If you couldn't guess by those shitty like rocket ship shots.
Well, yeah, I just didn't know like
And
what technology was.
And the lava in the end. It looked like
It's
we
the
were watching
cartoon.
like fucking
Yeah,
He-Man,
He-Man.
and there's lava rolling down the hill. It's like, what's going on?
Saying, I don't know what, because there were so many. Maybe I went the wrong direction with that. I was thinking with all the Japanese actors, they would probably need to be paid a lot. But now I'm kind of thinking they're probably not paid that much.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Well, I mean, there was 100 ninjas.
There was
you can't pay those ninjas too much.
way more than 100 ninjas in that movie. There was tons of ninjas.
And then you want to guess box office, or what'd you say for
I
box
said
office?
136.
136?
Yeah.
111. So
111.
yeah. This is the first time the profit's always gone up every time.
Right.
This is the first time it went down. So that's interesting.
And I think it's gonna be really interesting when we get to this next movie.
And we change actors.
What the fuck? It's called
George. Sorry. On Your Majesty's Secret Service.
On Your Majesty's. That's a fucking tongue twister.
Yeah, I know, right?
On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think that one's gonna flop.
Yeah, you think
I
it's
don't
gonna flop?
know. I don't know what to expect, but I really think that the box office numbers are gonna be the reason why he comes back
Oh yeah.
in the movie after.
That's interesting.
That's my
prediction. Yeah.
That's my prediction, and hot take and theory. So
Hot
all
take.
in one. All in
Hot
one.
take. So you want me to just go through notes first, or you
I
got any opening thoughts?
All right. Let me open this up by saying that I liked the movie most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
James Bond, maybe it's just the time, but those chase scenes and the underwater scenes and the space scenes and the scenes where it's almost a montage of random soldiers running around and it's close the gates, you know?
Yeah.
T-minus 30 seconds. Like, you and I were watching it no more than 10 minutes ago, and at the very end, I'm pretty sure it was 10 full minutes of soldiers running around, James Bond being a ninja, And then, they're just talking about shutters and
Yeah.
doors. Like, I don't know what, I don't know how I'm supposed to get emotionally attached to anything going on in there.
Yeah.
The only character's name who I remember. This isn't even really opening remarks. This is at this point just. I'm going full. I'm done.
Your grievances.
I'm fucking nosediving. Yeah, these are my grievances. The only guy whose name I remembered was James Bond.
Sure.
And Tiger. Tiger.
Pretty straightforward.
easy.
Easy one. Yeah.
Other than that, I can't remember what number one's name is.
Oh yeah. Ernst Stavro Blofeld,
Okay.
played by Donald Pleasance, who was the dude in the doctor in Halloween. Samuel Loomis. You remember the doctor guy in Halloween?
Never seen Halloween.
Oh, okay.
We gotta watch it.
Absolutely.
Write it
Planning
down.
it for.
Write it
no,
down.
we're planning it for Halloween.
Oh, you're
during
planning
October
it for
this
Halloween?
month. Yeah.
Okay. Word.
Yeah, we went and saw Halloween Kills past October
Okay.
for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got it planned. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that movie, man.
I mean, it happens.
No.
Yeah. Easy.
All right. So
Alright.
you only live twice, man. Is this where they got YOLO from? This is Yolt.
Yo.
Yolt.
Hey, man. Yo. Somehow it just doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
No, and I also don't think it's that witty because he kind of was like, well, "We only live twice." It's like, well, what if I do this again?
Yeah. Yeah. Roald Dahl screenplay. Right? So you got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That guy.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. You told me about that. I don't really. I mean, I think you should talk about it. I don't really know much about that, so you should tell.
Well, it's just interesting because
What's his name?
the Roald Dahl.
Rolled doll,
Yeah.
but like a past tense of a rolling of a doll.
Yeah, I rolled the doll.
Yeah, rolled doll. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
What kind of doll is that? It's a rolled.
It's a
doll.
rolled doll.
It's
It's a rolled doll. So sorry, Rolled, if you're listening to this, or the Spirit of Rolled.
He's definitely dead.
Yeah, the Spirit of Rolled.
Like wrote Matilda. That was a book
Matilda?
initially. Yeah,
Like
Matilda.
with the Chokey?
Yeah. Chokey? What?
Matilda, isn't that she gets put in like the room where for punishment?
I mean,
Is that Matilda?
I didn't read Matilda, so I don't know what the fuck happens.
Okay. I think I watched the movie. I don't know if that's. I think it is Matilda, but she's an orphan or whatever.
I think.
See,
like
so
I
never-
didn't read it. I
She
didn't
goes
see
to
it.
space and she has sex with Asian women, and
Wow.
she has to stop a spaceship from.
Well, that explains Roald Dahl's influences for this movie. That's kind of just his thing then.
Yeah, he's big into
Big into space and sex play.
Yeah, absolutely, and hunger, insatiable hunger.
So, that whole space sequence, just the spaceships look hilarious. Like, it's very obviously just a dark, starry background.
Yeah.
And there's just, obviously, some spaceships hanging from some strings. And they're just kind of slowly moving them along,
Yeah, there's some marionette.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks hilarious. The thing slowly opens up. It's just great.
I was cracking up that entire scene.
Yeah.
Because it was so unbelievable that we're opening the movie this way.
Yeah.
They have this pretty much space vagina that is, or we'll call it a space squid. We'll keep it PG, just like fucking James Bond. We'll keep it PG.
Yeah.
It's like this space squid that is designed to absorb other rocket ships, which at first I thought that, and of course they do a fucking terrible job explaining this, and they did this in previous movies where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And finally I'm like, oh, that was what was going on. But apparently this rocket, or this space squid, is consuming other rockets to...
Well, they're kidnapping the rocket.
Well, right. So they're kidnapping the rocket, bringing it back to Earth, and I still don't know for what. And was it just to kind of rile up the countries?
Yeah, they want to start a war.
So they wanted to start a war, so they were doing some mischievous bullshit.
Yeah.
But doesn't the leader of MI6 tell them that it's not a big deal and just chill?
Yeah, he doesn't say like, well, it's just terrorist organization, Spectre.
Right.
We've been dealing with their shenanigans for a few years now.
Yeah, right. Oh, also, your CIA should know about it. Fucking America.
Yeah, you got a guy, Felix Leiter.
Right.
You talk to Felix.
Yeah.
No, they're just
exactly.
like they're just. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I think we're blowing this out of proportion a little bit. You know. Calm down. Calm down.
Not to get too ahead of ourselves. I'm sure you've got notes that are near this, but in that scene where they're, they got the American delegation and the fucking Soviet delegation and the British are in the middle. I love how every American person or every American politician has their face completely shaved, but then the dude from Soviet Russia has just a full fucking beard,
like Grizzly Adams type thing going on. Yeah,
he looks like a fucking
bear.
Looks like a fucking Chechnyan bear, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like this fucking guy, but then if I was Vladimir Putin, I don't know why I wouldn't have a big ass beard.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the most Russian thing you can't have.
I'll have to ask him.
I got him right here. Let me text him. No, all right, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself, man. So we're in space.
I mean, that's not very. I mean, that's very
close.
Very next scene that happens.
Yeah.
So.
The space. I mean, we can't judge him too much though. I'm not gonna hold this space shit against.
No, not judging. Just pointing out. I love that's what I would say. I love the old shit.
Yeah.
Just there's a certain charm to just doing the best you can with what you have. I understand.
Still don't really believe though that was the best that they had.
No,
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, they're not taking a film crew up in space in 19.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying go up to space.
By the way, we didn't say the year of this.
I'm gonna
this
go with
was
1970.
oh shit! I'm clicked on Donald Pleasance. Hold on, because I clicked on him. 67.
67. Wow. Okay. These movies are coming out fast, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like every single one of these movies
Dr.
is in 1966 and 1967.
Dr. No was 62.
Oh, shit. Okay, so there's been a minute. Oh, so he's been doing this for a while.
We got 5 movies, 5 years.
I mean, it's still pretty damn good.
Dr. No was 62.
Fuck, man.
From Rush for the Love was... I think it was 2 years later, actually. But then, yeah, we just...
Takes them less time to make a fucking Call of Duty now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, quick side thing. When did the first Star Wars come out? Was that in the 70s? 76?
I have to Google that.
I really don't know. But Star Wars is it's a whole fucking star movie. It's a space movie. But I feel like James Bond could have done a little better. Maybe Albert Broccoli.
77.
77, oh shit. Okay, so that's a big gap.
10 years later.
10 years is a big gap, especially in that time, huh? I guess, yeah. Alright, we'll give it to him.
You wanna...
That might have been the best.
I'm gonna ruin this for when we do Star Wars on the not Bond stuff, but you wanna guess budget for that first Star Wars and box office? It's bananas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
not the box office, not the budget, the box office.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 40 million on the budget, and then I don't know, 550 million on the box office.
11 million on the budget. 775.8 million on the box office.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Bananas.
Yeah, that's bananas. Yeah, that's why George Lucas has a fucking. He has to probably live inside of a robot.
They have that big meeting of the minds, right? That kind of delegation meeting-ish.
Yeah.
Was the UN around by that time, by the way? I don't want to Google everything.
I don't think we need to Google when the UN was created. But yeah, I think the UN...
Wasn't it after World War One?
I think the UN...
Or two?
That was the League of Nations, but...
Okay.
No, wait, that was pre-World War One, wasn't it? Holy fuck. Alright, I think...
I
think NATO is...
Showed how
I think
stupid
NATO
we were.
is Cold War. I think UN is also, right after World War II. Okay. NATO didn't become a thing until, I think the 60s. And then, yeah, the UN. It was, a thing. I think, though. I don't fucking know, dude.
Look,
that's not the point.
It's not a history podcast.
Yeah, that's not a history podcast. The point is that I feel like there's greater powers that could have handled this situation. Other than, 7 jacks.
Just some dudes in a room.
Some jackasses.
7 dudes each from the 3 countries.
3 greatest powers on the planet. They got 21 people.
Just a couple, yeah. Not a big deal. Just gonna go talk about a missing spaceship.
Yeah.
Be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Got a spaceship missing. Russia, how do you feel about that? Oh, you're not happy? I got you. Hey, Britain, do you know anything about this? Oh, you do? You're not gonna say anything though?
Listen.
Alright, cool, just text me.
It was like Singapore. It's like, but
Yeah.
but like it wasn't them per se. So just don't have a lot. Well, hold on, what was that? What was that all about? Well, just look, we got a guy on it, and then you cut to Bond in China or something like that, and he's in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
and he's with Aki, and he's saying something to her about how Chinese girls taste different. And
First red flag.
like what?
First red flag right from the rip. Because I knew this was going to get really racist really fast. Just because he's like, I'm in Hong Kong now. It's like, okay, this is about to be bad.
Yeah.
But I didn't think they would go
As
far as
they
to do
did.
Asian face.
Yeah.
They did full blown Asian face.
To be fair, I've never seen anybody get in trouble for Asian face.
I think
Maybe.
Asian face gets a pass because they didn't paint his skin. They just threw.
Well, because Pearl Harbor. So we got
Oh
to
yeah,
pass.
we got to pass.
Got to pass on
We got to
Asian
pass
face.
until at least 2045. So
Yeah, 100 years is the
that's the cutoff.
cutoff. Yeah.
That's the cutoff.
And then you got to stop doing Asian face. But, it's just a funny cliche because, like, we got a guy in Hong Kong on it. And then you cut to Bond
Yeah.
and he's making out with this girl.
Which
like,
I like that though.
classic Bond.
Once he
Always
said,
fucking.
and once he said, we got our guy in Hong Kong working on it, and they fade into James Bond making out
Yeah.
with just some lady. It's like, this is my guy. I like James Bond, man. I like that scene.
I wrote down underwater just because I knew you'd say it when it was on screen. I knew
Yeah.
when we watched it that you'd be like, "Are you kidding me? Not again!
Yeah,
Not again!"
You were right.
You were scared.
I was very scared. The second that I saw some water, I was like, these motherfuckers tricked me. A second time.
By the way, the first scene when the first spaceship gets kidnapped or eaten, they keep saying astern.
Oh,
And then they say astern later.
yes.
We kind of figure out that astern means
behind
in the back.
Right. But they say that.
They say it. Apparently, you're supposed to be very well read to watch these movies. I had no idea what was going on.
Well, just the way they say it, like they say,
It's a stern!
there's an unidentified object at yours, or
Astern.
there's an unidentified object astern,
Yeah.
and then all this music, the build up, bum, 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 bum,
It's coming fast.
it's
astern.
coming fast, astern,
Yeah.
but it's not moving that fast. It's moving astern quickly,
Yeah.
and nothing's happening. So
The definition is behind or toward the rear of a ship or aircraft.
sure, yeah, astern, right.
And used in a sentence, the engine rooms lay astern.
There you go, cool. So we know what that means. The second he said it, I figured out what the fuck it meant. But just
Right.
like the context of he kept saying it, I was like, what does that mean?
What is a
Where is
stern?
a stern?
Yeah, it'd be funny if the astronaut was in there and he's like, stern.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like looking around.
Fuck.
I
it's like,
missed vocabulary
Sir,
day.
you have a unidentified object astern?
Starts zipping his pants.
Shit.
I don't know.
I'm mostly just like, I don't know where it's stern. So we get past the water level.
Get past. Yeah.
Get past the water level, and it
Yeah.
was pretty quick. They go right in the submarine, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yeah. Bond is.
Bond's alive.
Yeah. Bond fakes his death.
Oh shit, we didn't even. Oh, very important actually. He's in the room shagging with
About to shag.
the tasty Chinese woman.
He's about to shag.
About to shag.
As he makes very clear later, it's Moneypenny. Because as far as Moneypenny knows, he doesn't have sex.
He doesn't have sex. No.
Only for you, Moneypenny.
With you, money better. No, he yeah, he's about to shag with this Chinese girl, tells her she's tasty, and she hit a button or
Hit a button,
hit a button,
and Murphy bed, like,
flies up into
pulls
the
up
wall.
into the wall. Guys
She
run
runs
in,
out.
shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was obviously, as you find out, like, it must staged in some
Oh, and
way.
then cut to intro song. That's how they do it.
Right.
They do all that bullshit and then cut to intro song.
So you're immediately like, Bond's dead?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're
No
supposed to have
wonder
that
you only
reaction.
live twice. Oh my god. And, yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So he's wrapped up, he's underwater, they take him into the submarine, he wakes up.
Which, how hard is it to actually make, like, a statue look like a human? That was obviously the worst paper mache I've ever seen in my fucking life. It didn't even look close to a human. I mean, it looked close to a human, but come on. You could do a lot better than that.
Yeah, I would hope.
That was like a mannequin.
It was bad.
That was a mannequin wrapped in... It looked like a fucking mummy.
It was bad. It was real bad.
Like, if I had a family member in the Navy, and they passed away, and that is how they treated my family member, they just toss him in the fucking water, dude. And he's not even... He's just... They don't fucking sprinkle his ashes, or...
No.
Just... Dump the trough! Literally...
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so
Bond gets his marching orders. The code word is "I love you."
oh, hold on. One more
Password.
Thing. One more thing, real quick. They take him out of the paper mache. They stab open the bag. Initially, it seems like a bad look because they really stab that shit. They stab it open. They open it up, rip it open, take this fucking oxygen device, liquid oxygen device, out of Bond's mouth, and the first thing he says is, "Permission to enter?
Permission to come aboard."
Permission to come aboard?"
Yeah.
So that motherfucker would be... He'd have the SIDS. Dude. This dude's been in this pressurized fucking cast.
Yeah, it's rough.
I mean, at least give me a second of realism where he's just like, whoa, but he jumps up and he's like, "I'm feeling quite peckish." Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
We're moving forward. We're chugging along.
Yeah. So he gets his marching orders and he's leaving. Moneypenny throws him a book. He says, "Instant Japanese,
Oh,
James.
God.
You might need it." And then he goes, "You forget I took first an Oriental language at Cambridge."
Yeah. I took...
Oh,
You have to remember, Moneypenny, I took Oriental Language 1 in college. So I'm a bit of a master at Japanese.
Listen. If it's in Asia, I know what they're saying.
Oh yeah, but only Oriental.
Only Oriental.
So I mean that's crazy. It's crazy.
It's fantastic.
And
like crazy.
the guy writing was just like, "This seems funny."
It's like, well, that's legit.
Yeah.
Just keeps going.
Type it up.
Keep
Write
going.
it. This sounds good. Then you go over to fucking Sean Connery. I took Oriental Language 1. Oh, who wrote this? This is funny.
How about that?
That's funny. Which, next scene, by the way, it cut directly to him saying, "Konnichiwa."
Yeah, I could have said that.
Right. It's like 4 words. He's like, "Oh, sayonara. Konnichiwa."
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, Bond. Okay, Bond.
I love sake. Oh, yeah.
I
When does
love
that scene
sake.
come? The fucking sake drinking scene. Dude, this movie was a fucking trip. I have to be honest. This one did keep me a lot more entertained than the last one.
Yeah. It was a bit ridiculous. I loved it. Yeah.
In a decent way.
Yeah. So Bond meets this guy. The code word's "I love you." He goes to a sumo wrestling event.
I feel like every single note you're going to have is going to be a fucking conversation. Because everything that happened in this movie was off the walls. The code word is "I love you."
Yeah, so this girl comes up, sits with him, and then he keeps like looking at her, and he's like, you can tell he's like being awkward, and he goes, "I love you," and she goes, "I have a hotel."
That's the wrong code word.
That's
That's the wrong fucking code word.
It's not. Yeah, it's not good.
And if you're a person like James Bond, where apparently you're just people are dying to have sex with you everywhere you go, I guarantee one of his opening lines is, "I'm in love with you. Come back to my house. I will bathe you."
You look ravishing.
Look ravishing.
Come back to my house and bathe me.
Yeah. Women are second in this country.
Yeah. Has anyone told you?
Yes. It's great news, actually. I have very impertinent information that Regards, you're married. Yes, women are second-class citizens here. Isn't that great? It's 1967 and women do not have the same rights as us. It's great.
Yeah.
We haven't really gotten to the part where that makes sense yet, but there's a whole bit about how women do not deserve what men have. It's fucking absurd, man. It's like, this is why, by the way, this is what, if you go back and it's like, you know, make America great again. It's like, dude, this was what was great then. This is what was great then. I don't want to make it too polarizing or political or anything, but it's like, dude, like, this is what needed to stop. This is what the issue was. Like, imagine if you're a fucking, if I'm a woman watching this movie, I'm like, oh, these fucking movies. If I'm an Asian person watching this movie, I'm like, God, these fucking movies.
Asian face.
Asian face. All right.
So
where
he meets this contact in this room.
Yes. Okay. The lady. The sumo.
Well,
sumo wrestling.
yeah, he meets the lady.
Which, by the way, I think that was real sumo wrestling.
I looked that way.
That was very real and very fucking unnecessary. Again, like
a lot of unnecessary scenes in this movie.
very unnecessary. Man.
Just in Bond movies in general, a lot of unnecessary scenes.
I think it's kind of that chase scene trope where it's
unnecessary.
It doesn't move the story forward.
Nope. It's just for effect.
It's like, hey, let's just hire these guys to do sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
But that was actually to that thought. People back in 1967 probably didn't know what the fuck sumo wrestling was. They probably heard about it.
Yeah, as
read about it.
As insensitive as this was, it probably did enlighten some people, and not maybe broaden some people's horizons is the better term for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that anybody was like, "Oh my God, there's Japanese people."
Right.
But they were probably like, "Oh yeah, look at those. That's cool, sumo."
Yeah, like that's interesting.
If I had to be really cynical about it, I bet you there were probably some flashbacks going on because
they weren't bombs that were dropped in Pearl Harbor. Sumo wrestlers.
Yeah, right. You got one guy in the theater like, I was there. It's like, whoa, that's Tokyo, sir. We didn't.
All right.
Whoa, hey. Let's see, guy.
Calm down, sir. Calm down.
No, but yeah. So they see the whole sumo match, and then the girl says pretty much like they talk back and forth, and she says, "Come back to the hotel," and he obliges because he's horny and hungry. They get in the car. She's driving, $120, $130 through these fucking counties. She is flying
through pedestrians.
This is Japan, dude. This isn't a back road in Tennessee. This is a fucking populated area.
Yeah.
So, I forget what they say though. I forget what she says to make her hit the sharpest turn in history and jump out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
she probably just jumps the fuck out and runs.
Right.
James Bond being, of course, the laziest fucking spy in the world.
Yeah.
Trots behind her. Like, he smokes too much. He's not really...
Yeah,
he can't be doing any heavy sprinting. He's trying to do a light jog here.
Yeah.
So he's jogging after her. And she stops. This is how you know hungry and horny. She stops. He stops. She stares at him.
Oh, you're ahead.
Oh, am I ahead? What do you mean? What did I miss?
Yeah.
What did I miss? No,
first she takes him to the contact, and there's that guy with the wood leg.
Oh shit, that's the fuck, I forgot about that guy. You're right.
That's the first contact.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that guy.
So that was just an interesting greeting, because he gets in, and then all of a sudden he's pointing the gun at the guy.
Right.
And he's just like, oh, all right. And so then he takes his walking stick from him and whacks him hard twice in the leg. And you're expecting this guy to like
do something,
double over. Oh, my ACL. Something. And apparently he's got a wooden leg.
Tear an ACL?
I don't know.
I mean, I think you do know.
I'm saying things, man.
Oh, you're not thinking.
No.
Continue. Excuse me.
It's kind of what this podcast is based on.
Continue. Pops him in the leg.
That was interesting. He makes him a martini. He makes it the wrong way. He stirs it. He doesn't shake it.
Uh-oh. See, I I was so fucking at that point that like when he was like, "Oh, stirred not shaken," I was like,
he's like, "Stirred not shaken." That's
like,
right, huh?
I'm like, typical.
And then he goes,
oh, it's the same shit. I didn't even notice that.
So Bond was cordial about the drink. So then they're talking, and the guy's kind of up against the wall, and all of a sudden he just stops talking.
Oh.
And he doesn't even that. He's just talking, and then he's like, "End it," and he just makes his face like, "Ow." But I don't know. Like it's not like I don't think
that's not how you die.
I don't think he got him through the heart. And like typically, I think you're gonna be like, "Ah!" or something. You know, you're not just gonna go quiet. Like,
I mean,
if you get stabbed in the back.
Listen, man,
I've never been stabbed.
I've never been stabbed. Never seen a person
in the
get
back.
stabbed. I've seen videos.
People aren't typically like.
But I've never seen a real video of like a person getting surprise stabbed in the back. But I don't think that a person.
I don't think you're going quiet.
I don't think a person's screaming though.
I know, but aren't you going to do something?
So lost for breath. Yeah, I think that
was
you're
like,
probably going to
like
do
in
that.
The spine.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
I'm not doing this. I'm going to go.
You're not just going to stop talking. You're just going to stop talking. You're going to do something.
Yeah.
That's all he did was he was mid-sentence and he's just like...
Yeah, you're not doing that. You're definitely making some noise, but I don't think you're
He doesn't
screaming.
even drop his cup.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't even drop his cup. No. He sets it down and then dies.
Not quite that bad, but yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who the fuck was that guy? He was just the contact who knew James Bond, but saw James Bond died in the news. But
see, they don't even.
He was part of the. Because he said he was.
He's a local MI6 operative.
Okay.
Deco Henderson.
Deco Henderson. Okay, so Deco Henderson gets fucking killed. I knew he was British. I knew he was in Japan for like 20-something years.
28. And he's just getting to know his way around.
Getting familiar.
He's not a fast learner.
28 years. I'm a spy, part of the British fucking intelligence. Been here for 28 years, and it's finally all starting to sink in. I just learned a couple of words last week. I know Konnichiwa.
Yeah, not a fast learner.
Not a fast... I'm telling you.
Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, that guy.
Listen, the MI6... There's no reason... There's a reason why the fucking... The British left the fucking... the fucking... EU. The Brexit, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's a reason why. You know what that reason is?
You know what? I said yeah. I have no idea what we're talking about. But
the reason is that MI6 has been bankrupting the UK for the last 60 fucking years. Sexing and having coke parties all over the globe.
Connery's just...
We've got the robot of Sean Connery still out there. Shaken, not stirred. Still fucking people.
Still just... Yeah, Ghost of Sean Connery still... You think Ghost of Sean Connery's just having sex with people?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. I don't want to speak ill on it.
You don't want to invoke...
I don't want to speak ill or...
You don't want to invoke the spirit of Sean Connery in here?
I don't want to invoke the spirit of Sean Connery, but if I had to guess, he definitely had syphilis. At least.
Oh, sure.
Dude, this guy was a cesspool. I feel bad for those women, too. Like, for real. They did not know what they were getting into. We walked past this comment that he made. I don't know if he even had made the comment by this point.
Yeah.
But he said the reason why Japanese women loved him so much was because of his hairy chest.
Well, that's what Tiger said.
Oh, that's what Tiger...
And then Sean... I'm sorry. You know what's fucked up? Is I don't know anything about Sean Connery. Maybe we should research him a little bit and just see what kind of dude he was. But it would be funny if he's just like the nicest guy off camera. And we're
right, like
because we just basically associate the James Bond behavior with Sean Connery.
I assume that's just Sean Connery shining through.
Wouldn't it be funny if he's just like the best guy? He's like he gets done with the scenes and he's like, "Sorry about that."
Gives his kid a hug. Sorry about that, Billy. I didn't want you to see that. Now I'm gonna rape that woman.
Did I touch you inappropriately, ma'am? I'm very sorry. And we're just sitting here. Speaking ill of the dead.
Speaking ill of the dead, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got ahead of myself, though. So Mr. Henderson dies. And then...
He dies.
Kills the ninja. James Bond kills the ninja.
Right? Kills the ninja.
With his bare hands.
Puts his clothes on. gets in the back of the car because it was a hit, right? I mean, look, I know a Japanese mob hit when I see one.
That was Yakuza.
Right.
That was Yakuza.
That was Yakuza for sure. He gets in the car. He's got the mask on. He's acting like he's holding his stomach. He's acting like, you know, maybe he got. You know.
Right.
And he's just he won't say anything. The guy keeps turning around trying to talk to him.
Real quick, which I thought was a funny. I'm initially confused. The guy who the hitman who gets killed and James Bond takes his clothes. He's wearing a mask.
Right. And for there's no, unless maybe just to hide his identity, like you can't see him.
That's what I mean.
But he's wearing like a post-COVID kind of mask.
Yeah.
And you're like,
and I'm sure that back then, hey,
I felt because like the driver's not wearing a mask, so he either had a cold or he was trying to hide his identity.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I'd like to think that
I feel like it was for no other reason than to just move the story along so that like there's a reason this guy doesn't see the face and he's just got a mask on.
That's what I think. And I want to call it lazy, but I want to call it also kind of smart by like the actual like prop or not outfit, costume designers, not
sure
costume designers. Like, 'cause that's
also maybe kind of fucking lazy by them though, because like, I mean, look, if if someone robs a bank, what do? They put a fucking ski mask on.
Yeah, but they're in Japan. They're like, I'm sure.
I will put a fucking.
I don't think
they don't have pantyhose in Japan.
Look, here's what we're doing right now. What we're doing is we're trying to get into the minds of these people that created this movie 60 fucking years ago. When really they were probably like, how can we hide his face? Oh, what do those Chinese people wear? Oh, I don't know, masks. Oh yeah, put it on them. Like, we're like, oh well, maybe culturally, no. They were like, yeah, who gives a fuck?
All I'm saying is like,
why not a ski mask? Because who gives a fuck? Put the goddamn mask on.
I'm just saying, women didn't have fucking pantyhoses in Japan. Like, they can't just fucking. I don't know. Look, most of this podcast is me just being
guessing
a picky
shit.
cunt. So
yeah,
look, that's fine.
And we're okay. We're all right. We're okay. We're making good time.
So he gets back to the hotel. He fights this guy. They're throwing couches at each other. It's ridiculous. And
pretty sure he stabs him with the couch at one point.
Couch
picks up the whole couch.
Yeah,
picks up the whole fucking couch, dude.
And finally he gets the guy down. Opens up this like secret bar. And you're James Bond, what do? You beats the shit out of some guy and you take a shot.
Of vodka.
And then Siamese vodka.
Siamese vodka.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Man, when I taste vodka, I always taste the same exact thing. It burns like a bitch. And you just fought that guy, you are winded, bro. And you took a shot.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dehydrate myself some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he beats the guy to death.
Yep.
As James Bond fucking does. And then
he's got a safe hacking tool.
Yeah. Which was kind of cool. Like, that was like a cool Bond gadget. I'm not going to diss that one. That was a cool Bond
But no
gadget.
intro to it. Usually you have the introduction to all the stuff.
Right.
Q doesn't come in until like later in the movie.
This one didn't need an introduction though. It was very... I didn't feel confused.
Pretty straightforward. It wasn't like...
confused looking at this James Bond equipment.
We probably didn't need Q being like, and this 007, if you can manage not to break it... because Q hates James Bond.
He does.
Well, this will top you safe, and we probably, you're right.
When he's explaining the cigarettes, that makes sense. Because he later explains that he's got these, a gun and a cigarette or whatever, which...
Well, and that's Tiger that explains that.
Well, sure,
that's
whatever.
not even... No, I'm
Q
just saying.
Tiger, they're all the same person.
No, I know.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
All the leaders of the MI6, not,
Well, Q's white and Tiger's Asian, so that wasn't a racist thing.
I can't tell them apart. I just look at authority. I
don't see
authority.
I don't see color.
Right.
Or authority.
I only see authority.
A lot of bad green screens, right?
Yeah, there's some bad green screens, but I think that,
like dude, I feel like though. I'm just saying, like, I felt Thunderball was pretty good.
You think they're going backwards?
As far as effects. And this movie, that's what I said at the beginning of this, is like, I feel like we took like 2 or 3 steps back.
Thunderball was all underwater, though. It wasn't a lot of green screen, it was a lot of underwater shots.
Except that boat thing where it was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. That was even that wasn't all green screen. The space shit, that's all green screen. The lava.
Right. Yeah.
Space.
Well, I feel like the space thing was toys.
It was. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. Star Wars was, too.
Sure.
No, there really was a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I got the gap because, Star Wars, the reason why it did well is because they made it look really, really good. You know what
Yes.
I mean? And now it makes sense that this was 10 years before that because James Bond and
didn't
Albert
work.
Broccoli can not do this at all. At all.
Yeah.
So a lot of bad
Just-
green
but we
screen.
did take a couple steps back, I felt like. Just
as far
effects
as like
wise.
overall quality.
Yeah, and quality. Yeah, just quality of the movie, and yeah.
Overall quality of the movie, yeah, I think kind of took a step backwards. The acting, I think it was just the same old James Bond, like Sean Connery doing his thing. I think this wasn't his best though. Like I said, I think it was kind of sad. Most of it, yeah, seriously. Like
He seemed very sad.
he seemed kind of sad. Like he wasn't getting the, even when he was like, I want to marry her. And he's like, no, you got to marry a girl from this island. He's like, okay. Like he seemed sad when he said that. It's like, oh, are you getting attached, bro?
Yeah,
Like, damn, I thought you were a player. Oh, so Bond settling down.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Tried.
Until I met the pig-faced woman.
They call. By the
We
way,
gotta weigh ourselves. Let's get to that note.
it's an atrocity, though.
That's like really
They
fucked up, dude.
call her a pig-faced woman,
said-
and
yeah.
she's like a
A
pretty
beautiful
good-looking woman.
Very beautiful.
Like
Very, very beautiful.
you said, describe that woman. I would the pig face would
Yeah,
be the
you're like-
furthest thing from my mind.
I can't wait till we gotta go through his notes because that whole bit with the ninjas and the Japanese face and then meeting her, it wraps this up with a nice little bow.
Yeah.
It's a bad green screen.
Bond's alcohol connoisseur. Right. So between obviously him hacking the safe and all
Are
that
you talking about the? Or so you're talking about these Siamese vodka he drinks?
Siamese vodka. He just knows every time.
Right, yeah.
And so then that whole scene you started talking about. She stops. He stops. They look.
Okay, yeah, that
Right.
comes,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
then he just starts walking towards her like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
And then he
let me-
falls through a trap door. And special effects there were bad. He's falling down this little
There's
vent
a
slide.
close up with this much of his fucking face, and he's just
And yeah, he's just
Making
going
this
like
fucking
this.
face, yeah.
And it's moving behind him.
hey man, hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
I'd like to think again they're all sitting there with cigarettes in their mouths. Some guy's got I don't know like a fucking card behind his ear, cigarette smoke everywhere. Did we get the shot? He's got those really small glasses on. Yeah, we got it.
Got the
Yeah,
shot.
what does he look like? Doesn't fucking matter. Just let's go. Next shot. Come on.
Next.
Next.
So that happens.
Yeah, he goes.
And then he's on this private train
he meets-
of Tiger. Yeah, he meets Tiger.
Meets Tiger. Yeah, and Tiger, which we find out we didn't really. It's not important really, but his closest friends call him Tiger.
Right.
So when he meets Tiger, when James Bond meets him, they have this whole little fucking thing.
And they have to say
And
the
he says, you have
password.
to say the passcode, and he goes, "I love you." And he goes,
Well, he goes, well, if you're Tanaka, how do you
"How do
feel about me?
He goes, "I love you."
I love you.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Well, glad
which
we
is
got
cool.
that
I
out
like
of the
I
way.
like that code word shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's cool. That's
The
like
coolest
it's
thing
a
they
spy
did.
trope.
The coolest thing they did
Yeah.
was in From Russia with Love, with the whole cigarette thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they have the little lighter conversation. You know, match.
Do you have a match?
Do you have a
Or
match?
yeah.
No. Do you have a match? They're like, I have a lighter. They're like, better still until it goes wrong.
Yeah.
That was the coolest thing they did, and it's this stupid fucking thing where they go back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's like a cool
It's a
spy
spy
thing,
trope.
and it's
It's a cool spy
probably
trope.
the coolest like spy thing they've done in this whole series
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, I think I couldn't think of anything because that's more clever. That's clever. It's like kind of. I mean, I guess in this movie, it's more of like a joke. Like, don't forget to say I love you. You know, that's where it all came from. Was Moneypenny being so fucking horny.
Yeah,
For James
Moneypenny
Bond.
says,
She's like-
"I love
She's
you."
like, the password, James, is I love you, and he's like, okay. She's like, you're not gonna say it back. Maybe next time, Moneypenny.
He goes, "Oh, I get it.
Yes, I get it.
Repeat
it's-
it back, so I know you understand." Oh, I get it.
I get it. Can I get that book about Oriental language now?
Oh, by the way, I don't need it.
Yes, I don't need that at all. So he meets Tiger, and you said he was on a...
They're on Tiger's private underground train underneath
Fuck, yes.
the city, and he gets him. Do you like sake? Yes, I love sake. No, or yeah, do you want a martini? No, I love sake.
Yeah.
Especially when it's at the right temperature at 98.4 degrees
Fahrenheit. You know your sake.
Fahrenheit. Well, you know your sake. So, it's just a weird thing. Like, you remember in Goldfinger, twice. Okay, first he says the Dom Perignon. There are some things you don't do, like drinking Dom Perignon 53 below 38.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
and that's when Oddjob knocks him out by cracking him in the neck.
Yeah.
So there's that whole shit. There's this 98.4
cool?
degrees Fahrenheit.
Like,
Apparently.
I think now though that's not cool because like,
You
if
don't-
I meet
Definitely
a person,
don't say Fahrenheit.
yeah. If I'm at a party and I got this guy in the corner who's like, it's good. Yes, I like it. Yes. Well, oh, what are you drinking, James? This? Oh, yes, it's a warm Japanese drink called sake. Yes, I'm very hungry. It's 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. Yes, yes, Fahrenheit.
Don't.
Do you have any figs? Figs or oysters? I'm very hungry.
When's the last time that you said Fahrenheit for watching this movie?
Yeah, I don't need to. If I was a scientist, I would say it all the time.
Sure.
Or a meteorologist.
But see, even then, like, typically I think the group of people you're around would know that
we're all in the Fahrenheit.
we're talking Fahrenheit here. It was like 38. Like, what? Sorry, I'm using Celsius
what do they
today.
use in Japan? Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Look, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Celsius. Tuesday, Thursday, Fahrenheit.
What about Sunday?
We don't work on
That's
Sunday.
a freestyle day.
That's God's day.
That's a cheat day.
Yeah, you get to say whatever you want that day.
It's so cold out here. Well, what's the temperature? Good luck.
38. 38 what? I don't know. It's Saturday.
I'm boiling alive. I don't think it's that hot. I'm freezing. It's 38 out here.
So
How
fucking
cold
dumb.
is it? I don't know if I should wear a sweater or not.
Good luck. It's Saturday.
Yeah, good luck, jackass.
There's the other thing in Goldfinger about the brandy. About how he says it's bad brandy, and M has no idea what they're talking about. But Bond's like, oh, yeah, this is terrible brandy. This is a whole dumb thing.
I don't know. Maybe that's one of those things. This might be a little off topic, but that might be one of those things that's like classy if you're rich, but trashy if you're poor. Knowing a lot about alcohol.
Yeah.
Like if you're really rich, it's like, oh yeah, I know about this brandy and this,
But if you're poor and you know a lot,
it's like, yeah,
it's like we know why you're poor.
Oh yeah, Absolute's got 15% alcohol in it. Ooh, I don't know if I want to have you at the party either. So we got James over there who knows way too much about alcohol, and you know way too much about the label.
Yeah, they've had that drink so many times they just keep reading the label and they memorize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Alcohol connoisseur. And then we had a couple we had a reverse Bondism here. Which is a first, huh?
Reverse Bondism.
We had a reverse Bondism. Aki returns when Tiger takes him to his bath. Said, "If all my possessions are yours, of course." And then, 5 girls walk in. And they're like, "Oh, these are your possessions, huh?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, uh-oh. Ooh. Then, okay, yeah, then he says, so he says, "These are my possessions. Anything is yours," right?
Yeah.
Then they're both, the women are, doing their thing. They're rubbing.
Bathing them.
No, they're clawing at his robes is pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh, and he's taking them off, and that's when he says, how does he say it? He says, "Men are first-class citizens. Women are meant to serve men."
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Very similar. He says women have to serve men, and he said men are first-class citizens.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, this next scene is gonna be sweet. They jump in the hot tub, get all hot and heavy.
Get all bathed. And then, so Bond's in the room, and this girl's massaging him. And then he's talking about being in Hong Kong with Aki, and how he never got to finish their business, which fucking. And so then he goes, The Aki switches places with that girl, starts rubbing his back, and she's like, "We'll get finished this time," or something to that effect. And then he turns around and he goes, "Aki," and it's this whole reunion, right? And so then he's carrying her to the bed, and she goes, "I think I will enjoy very much serving under you." Reverse bonded. That's what I meant.
So what happens to so what happens to Aki? Is she a part of this movie for the rest of the movie?
Well, she gets poisoned later.
Aww. I'm fucking.
We gotta move faster because like all
This is crazy, dude.
I'm gonna move a little forward here.
No, dude, we have to go slow here because we're not even at the ninjas. We're not at the Asian face.
No.
All right, we can kind of go a little faster here, man. All right, so I know we're getting close to the Japanese face.
Yeah, we're good. Let me just blow through a couple of these.
All right.
He disguises himself as Mr. Fisher or some shit, and no one knows. Guy's got an X-ray desk. He knows he's carrying a gun on him. They suspect he's a spy.
Oh,
they're on to him the whole time.
We haven't even talked about the fucking chemical company. I know we don't want to like harp on it, but it's a big part of the story. Like this chemical company that James Bond is trying to infiltrate or some shit.
Yeah, he says he worked somewhere else.
Right.
And the former like CEO or boss or whatever died. And
we don't have to get in the nitty gritty. We really do have to get.
It's this whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing.
It is though. It really it is a whole fucking thing. But I will say this.
But then they try to check out the docks.
Let me just real quick.
Get chased.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Out the way.
Yeah.
I think the greater James Bond story was enhanced by this movie. Like the lore, the lore of like James Bond and like Spectre, and like I don't know because there's references to like the past, the past. I don't know what made me think of that, but there was like they reference like obviously number one comes back. They don't bring.
Well, yeah, you finally see him.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I guess
because he hasn't been revealed.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, he's there. But this is the first movie you see his face.
Right.
He's always just petting his cat in his chair.
It felt like a continuation of that Thunderball vibe. I guess is what I was trying to say.
Well, and he's all the way back in From Russia with Love. I don't know if it's the same guy, but he's always in that chair.
Same hand.
Petting that cat.
Yeah. Creepy. Alright, didn't mean to cut you off there, sorry.
No. It's good.
They're on the docks. I mean, fuck,
they're on the docks. They get caught. It's this whole thing.
Let me real quick.
Okay, hold on. There's a car chase.
Yes.
With the girl, and she makes a radio call, and this helicopter swoops in, has a giant magnet on it, grabs this car, and drops it in the ocean. And then the Bondism here is, "How's that for Jap?" Oh no, sorry. The girl says, "How's that for Japanese efficiency?" And then the Bondism is just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah. Which that whole scene, they just had to. They're looking for screen time at this point. So that whole scene was, 3 or 4 minutes of showing us a helicopter.
It was a long time. Just like, all right. So, and then you have to go left. You have to take a left here.
And James Bond is watching from the.
He's watching
from the car.
This tiny little screen.
This little screen. So you go from like a scene of the helicopter to a scene of James Bond's face to a scene of the fucking
little screen.
Back to the helicopter. Like it's that for 4 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And then finally they drop it in the ocean, and that's that.
Just a drop in the ocean.
We didn't talk about the liquid oxygen.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about the liquid oxygen. Dude, it's all Japanese. Everything is written in Japanese. So why would there be a form in a safe that fucking clearly says LOX?
Yeah.
Oh, that must stand for liquid oxygen. Let's go to the docks. What is all over the place? Liquid oxygen. Everywhere. Everywhere.
They're discovered. They're getting chased. It's all this shit.
I'm going to cut you off again. Is that
he
rocket
gets
fuel?
Captured.
That is rocket fuel. Bro, it is all over the dock.
It's rocket fuel because it's for the rocket that keeps going up into space and kidnapping things. Now, here's the other thing.
You're messing my point. You know how dangerous that is?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, that's their business. Danger is their business.
Danger is their business. Danger is their middle name. Danger is their business. They're Spectre, man.
But God, there's so much.
I'm telling you, this isn't.
This could be like 4 podcasts.
This could be a 2-parter.
I guess. He gets captured because of the dock thing. He finally thinks he gets away after, like, he just fights like at least 25.
Are you talking about the scene on the
Japanese
roof?
dudes? Yeah, by himself.
Dude, that was. I mean, that looked like West Side Story. It looked like 600 people in the streets, snapping their face. You know what I mean? Running after him.
Yeah.
He somehow makes it close. He gets very close to making it out in one piece.
And then somebody clubs him in the head. He gets caught. You find out the girl of that businessman in the in the previous meeting is she's number 11, so she's part of Spectre.
Right.
And you go, oh,
We find out that this chemical company is actually
is a part of Spectre.
Right.
Yes. And
Almost immediately, he's a fucking magnet to pussy. I don't get it.
So
It
the
makes
girl,
no sense.
the girl says, "Here's another Bond. Well, kind of a Bondism. It wasn't punny, like most Bondisms, but she goes, 'I've got you now.' And he goes, 'Well, enjoy yourself.' And then she slaps him.
There you go. I thought it was a little weird that she's supposed to be kind of interrogating him and finding out like some information, and then within 15 seconds, she's
Well,
linked arms
Hold
with
on.
him, and
she knows that Bond will break. It's like we have It's like they have the villain. The enemy has the playbook on Bond.
right.
Bond thinks if he sleeps with you, that you're now on his team. And this is 2 girls now, 2 movies in a row, that have slept with Bond. He thinks, okay, you're with me now. And they've gone the other way. No girl has fallen under the spell of Bond since Pussy Galore and excuse me, Goldfinger.
Oh, okay. Alright, so it's under the Bond spell. What about Aki?
Well, she was already good, though. She was
Oh,
already
I
with...
see. Oh, that's right. Okay.
That's his thing
It's
in the
his-
first couple movies is he turns enemies bad.
Right,
Or
right.
turns enemies good.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Alright. But I think he kind of got... I mean...
She
She was in control there.
got him. She starts kissing him on the neck and stuff, and he goes...
I'm a spy.
Immediately.
Doesn't miss a fucking beat. She's like, oh, James, I'm a spy.
It's so good.
Dude,
It's so good.
that is so good, dude. Oh my god.
And she just goes, I know.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you know. Yes. Did we walk past the part with the oysters? We did.
Not
didn't we?
yet.
Oh,
That's
yes.
when he
Okay.
gets
Yes.
married,
All right.
yes,
I do.
yes.
I know where we're going now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's no way. There's gotta be way more notes here. There's so much more movie left, dude.
Yeah. It's so fucking...
This is a lot. All right, so let's
So
blast through this. So
he gets out of
Yeah.
captivity. She, by the way, tried to just crash a plane with him in it. She jumps out.
yeah. She
And,
tries to kill him, right?
And
That
then
was
he
the whole plan.
karate chops this tray to get out of the
Oh
plane.
yeah. She for some reason
She hits
there's
this
a wooden. It's a button. But
It looks
it's
like
wood.
Yeah, and it looks like a drink tray, but it like gets over his arms, and he's like...
But it looks like.
And then
it looks
somehow
like
he
this
gets
thing.
that first arm, and he's like...
Karate chop.
It's like, well, if you got the first, you can't just... I don't know. It's like, and then he karate chops it, then he takes control of the plane, and he like, crash lands it, and that's like one of the movie rules things of like the good guys, right? If a good guy has an out of control plane and they can't die, then physics will say that you can skid a plane down the runway, and then you can jump out and scurry away, and then
Before
the plane will
explodes.
explode.
Yeah. Which is exactly what happens.
Which is exactly what happens, and it's a much bigger explosion. These explosions are so fucking funny in all these Bond movies so far, where the explosion is so much bigger than the object.
Yes. Yes.
Like the plane, it goes like it has this like first little like it's like they had two charges.
Yes, yeah.
It's like and then it's like it's like 3 times the size of the plane.
But they showed the scenes one after the next. Like it's very quick, but it's you know.
Yeah. So he had radioed to Q to get him a his I can't remember what they called the fucking
Helicopter.
the little mini helicopter that he had. It had some girl named
Gyrocopter or some shit.
No. Gyrocopter. But Q, again, like we said earlier, just such disdain for 007. He makes some comment to him, and Q goes, 007, I have had a long and tiring journey. I have no energy for your juvenile quips.
Spoken like a true 001. Or 00Q.
And then that helicopter scene's ridiculous.
It's too much. I don't want to talk about it. I hated every second of it.
What got me was we just keep using the same. There's 2 total shots. There's 4 helicopters that approaches them.
Which
There's 2 total shots.
Yes.
Of helicopters exploding that they just keep using every time one explodes.
Yeah.
It's just helicopters standing still. They're like, we're not blowing up 4 helicopters. We'll blow up 2.
And they'll show that. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The reason why I hated that scene so much is because as I was counting the helicopters and being like, oh my god, we got 3 more helicopters left.
He's still gonna blow up 2 more helicopters. Yeah.
Oh my god. But we got through it. It was alright. I mean, it's obvious, like, listen, that's 4 helicopters versus your fucking... It looks like a machine from, like, World of Warcraft. I swear, dude. Like, you're not surviving 4 helicopters.
It gets hit with machine guns.
Yeah.
And it's just... He just kind of, like, looks over his shoulder. It's the classic...
The classic Bond. Look over your shoulder real quick. Well, what was that?
Like when those cars explode behind him in the last movie, and he just kind of like adjusts the mirror. And like,
yeah, it's like, what was that? Almost spilled my martini. Yeah, so
that would make it so much better if James Bond every time he was driving just kind of like was sipping a martini. There's like a special martini holder.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, he said he's eating olives.
Yeah.
Presses the rocket launcher.
See, that's the thing, man. That's classy. But now, let's bring it back down. If that's a Chevy Impala, 1999 Chevy Impala, and the dude's drinking a bottle of vodka and has a fucking can of olives, that's trashy, man. That's trashy.
Drinks the olives.
God,
firing a pistol out the window.
I'm Jimmy Bond. I'm Jimmy Bond. What you getting into tonight, Jimmy? You know what I do. Vodka and olives. Jimmy Bond, man. How do you like it? Shaking? Mostly shaking, maybe stirred. Alright, anyway, so...
How do you like it? Out of the bottle?
Out the bottle? Yeah, I like it. I like it in my bottle. How warm? I don't give a shit.
So you said earlier when we were watching it, the rocket ship's going around eating the spaceships. Like there's an alternate. Obviously, Maximum Overdrive comes out way later.
Yeah, you had said something about that.
Maximum Overdrive is this movie where something happens in space that like affects all the machines on Earth, and so all the machines can now talk, and they're all angry at humans, and it's just this horror movie where machines, like just cars and...
So it's like a mix of like iRobot and Matrix?
But like from the 80s, I think. Ooh. I want to know, actually, real quick, I just want to know when Maximum Overdrive comes out.
While you are looking that up, fuck, I had a thought, and I already forgot it. Damn it, dude. It's a good one, too.
Maximum Overdrive, year 86. So like, things are a little more updated, but... It's just this funny horror movie where just machines are just like, I'm gonna get you. Like there's this little like, you know those electric turkey carvers, you know, where they're like, it's like it's sitting there on, and it just like turns on and it like falls on the girl. This is a whole stupid thing. It just like falls on her. And it's like,
I remember what I was gonna say. talking about the squid monster machine. By this point in the movie, I did not know what the point of the rocket was. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that the rocket was... I thought the
Thought it was its own entity.
right, like, well, no, I knew it was controlled, but what I thought it was doing was, like, absorbing, kind of like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, okay, I gotta eat this one, and then I'll become a more powerful rocket. Because then it eats it.
That was the plot, the ultimate plot
I thought,
that I wanted. Like,
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
thinks it's this, but it's this, like, Maximum Overdrive kind of movie
yeah, like this
where the
super
spaceship's going around, it's eating everything, and it's just becoming more powerful. It's eating the satellites!
No!
No!
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck was going on until... Because the second he eats it, it glows red. I'm like, oh shit, it's happening. Like, it's finally... it's evolving. But no, it just returns to Earth and then
Also,
drops off the...
that's kind of a
fucking
hole for me for this movie. By 60, by 67. Also, at this point in 2020, you just okay.
That's mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew I had chapstick on the table, and you're like, you're just gonna use my chapstick.
No, I was like...
It's like I was kind of like more for me.
Yours is right here.
I mean, I think we're close, but I wasn't into sharing chapstick.
Yeah. I would ask. No, this is medicated, bro.
Yeah, I think I got medicated too.
Yours is dark blue. Mine's light blue.
Yeah, I think I got moisturized. No, you have medicated. I moisturize.
There we go, bro. See?
That's it.
That's how we differentiate.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now I watch the
Chapstick
chapstick
break,
on.
man.
Now I'm
Little
like,
chapstick
I
break, man.
want to put chapstick on. Yeah. A little break for our sponsored chapstick. No.
Today's
That'd be great. Yeah. Hey, chapstick sponsors.
Today's podcast is sponsored by External Anal G6. Not for your asshole.
It's good. All right, so the ship re-entering the atmosphere. That was so like even in 2022.
Yeah.
Do we have spaceships? Mm-hmm. Like, isn't the main problem the fact that we can't really like land spaceships, right? Like, aren't the spaceships always kind of like aiming for the ocean, and then there's a parachute, and then we got to go fish the spaceship out of the ocean? Isn't that the whole thing?
I mean, like, definitely back then. But now I think, SpaceX...
We can land spaceships?
Yeah, we can land spaceships now. I don't know if
Very confident.
I'm 100% confident. I've seen it. Videos.
Because, like, in the whole thing, like, we put a satellite up there, and then, like, the satellite's got to come down.
Yeah, because, like, the thing was...
I'm just going to type it into Google. You talk. Yeah.
When NASA was initially doing their, Apollo missions, they had, that entire rocket was mostly fuel, right?
Right.
Fuel and air. So that first, they burn up all the fuel to get out of the atmosphere, and then that fucking the fucking canister pretty much falls off, comes back to Earth, we fish it out of the water, and then doop, all the way up to until you have this little fucking shuttle, or essentially like a pod, that ends up on the moon, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now, though, they have just one where you can go up to, the ISS on the SpaceX, or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it's called. The Falcon. I think it's called a Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
SpaceX. But you go up and then it just lands. Like, it's cool how it lands, too, because it's got, like, it's got, like, a landing pad and the, like, reverse thrusters. It really is kind of, like, kind of surreal watching it because it is really unnatural. Because you know that those motherfuckers are coming down fast. But then you see it, like... It's really cool.
I think that's movie shit.
No, look it up, bro.
I mean,
swear
just
to God.
everything I'm reading here is like the spacecraft may be slowed to a
No.
safe landing speed by parachutes, a spaceship
No,
on
no,
steady
no, no,
wings
no,
so
no,
it can land on a runway
Look
like
up.
an aeroplane, but many spacecraft splash gently into the sea.
Jamie, can we look up? Jamie, can we look up? Look up.
Well,
SpaceX
then I got this
Falcon.
answer of like fuel to escape Earth's atmosphere. Rocket is required to hit an incredible blah blah blah. Otherwise known as the escape velocity. This requires a colossal amount of fuel. The fuel is incredibly expensive liquid oxygen. To land a rocket successfully, fuel is needed in reserve. Alright, okay, so what? SpaceX?
Yeah, SpaceX Falcon. Well, landing. Anyway, so now that we're back, and you've been proven wrong time and time again, Tyler, how does it feel? I'm just kidding.
Oh, but they definitely couldn't land one then.
Yes.
It looks like it's barely happening
It's
now.
barely happening now. Yes, I just wanted to show you that it's barely happening now.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting thing. I love how we can't get like a good video of it.
I'm salty about that.
To
And
where
that
I'm
actually
like,
made me feel like
I'm
a bit
not.
of a
I'm
bitch.
honestly still skeptical. If I gotta be honest.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't want to
I'm
spend
actually
any
more
more.
skeptical now.
Yeah, I'm. Like
video
I was the
very
one
sus.
arguing for, and now
That was very sus. It
Yeah.
was like, okay, and we're about to see the landing, and oops, the video cut.
yeah,
So it definitely wasn't a thing back then.
right. Which is why it's so fun. It's like the whole thing was like they always got to go fish them out of the sea. Is so the fact that like Spectre is just like we got rockets figured out. Like that's funny to me.
Yeah, they were. They're a bit ahead of they're a bit ahead of their time.
And the special effects were terrible with that.
Of course,
It was a drawing
of course.
practically.
Let's boogie ahead here, man.
This
Let's get
note
these-
was: can you get in trouble for Asian face? Cancel Connery.
Okay, here we go. Yes, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
So the whole thing is they go to Singapore onto this island, and they have to.
It's so ridiculous.
He's got to infiltrate this
Yes.
island,
He's got to infiltrate the island.
and so for whatever reason, we have to be discreet, right? They can't just, in my mind, if there's a secret volcano in Singapore. Now, obviously, they have to figure out that there is a secret volcano. That was the
Yeah, we
problem
haven't
at first.
Yeah.
That was the initial problem.
Right. That's why he was flying in a helicopter anyway. Was to
Right.
try to scope out the island.
But in my mind, there's a guy on foot trekking through the mountains, and he goes to the volcano, and he throws the rock. Which, by the way, the rock, isn't that going to make an echo like crazy on that metal? So, if you don't know, if you haven't watched the movie, and blah, 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 there's this big metal door that slides in and out, and it just looks like
It's supposed to be a
big
callera.
crater.
It's supposed to be that's called a caldera. Is
Okay.
what that's called. It has like water at the bottom,
right.
an old dormant volcano.
And so you have no idea. Then you get to the bottom, and he tosses a rock, and it's like dun, and he's like, "Oh, that's metal." But if there's this big metal door, like, isn't everybody inside going to be like,
Something's going on up there.
"The fuck was that?"
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then he's up there just walking on it, and then he's just like, dun, dun. You know how
Right,
metal's
that's what I said. I'm like, dude, it's definitely echoing down there, and that it's like sheet metal. It's loud.
But anyway, so the whole thing is they have to discover that, and so for whatever reason, he's got to go to Japan, and he's got to turn Asian, and they do all this shit to his face.
Yeah, he's got it.
Change the pigment of his skin, just a little darker,
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
part
they're
was-
painting him.
Right. Yeah, they're.
and all the he's naked, and they're painting him, and he's like, "Can we just see the parts people are gonna see?" And they're all like, and then it just zooms out, and he's like, he's done. And
By the way, the way that they made him Japanese was they have these
put
little
these things
they
on
put
his
these
eyes.
things on his eyes that look like I don't.
he didn't look fucking
He
Japanese.
did not look. They
He
threw
didn't
this
look
wig on
Japanese.
him. They
They
threw
gave
this
him
wig
this-
on him, painted him like
Yeah.
orange, and then like they pretty much like put a wig on him and gave him buck teeth and were like, okay, go and be Japanese. And he's like, oh, ding dong, ding dong. It's like, okay, this is not.
Not to
you
mention,
make someone Japanese.
he's Japanese. He's quote Japanese.
Right.
And then he's still talking like Sean Connery.
But he's not.
It's like,
Doesn't
who's he
change
fooling? Who's he fooling? Who's he putting on this charade for?
Right. So they say that
And
you
they're
have
in
to be
ninja school.
Japanese and marry a Japanese
And
woman.
they're okay. Ninja school. First of all,
Oh God! Yes. You explain the fucking ninja school, man.
so
It
yeah,
doesn't
he
make
goes
any
there.
sense to me.
He gets turned Japanese, and they're like, "This is my ninja school," and it's just like there's a bunch of dudes screaming and running. Okay, the scene that got me the most is like, okay, it's ridiculous. The guys are running and screaming, and they're like running in place and shit.
Yes.
And then they cut to this guy with this sword, and there's these trees on either side of him. These small, like bambooish trees,
Bamboos.
right? I don't know how fast bamboo
Very
grows.
fast. I mean, that's probably like a year worth of growth. But
Okay.
that's not the point.
So you can do that drill.
Continue.
You can do that drill to
Yes.
those trees
Once a year.
like once a year.
Yes.
And it's done in 3 seconds. As he literally went, shot, and then he cuts some other stick in half.
Oh, no,
there's
it was
this
a
hay.
straw. It was
Yeah, it's a straw man. and he's like, chop, chop, ah!
And it looks at the camera and screams.
Yeah, he's like, ah! It's like, you're like, do it again. It's like, maybe next year. Yeah.
See you next year. Yeah.
So that was ridiculous.
Yeah. Ridiculous as shit. The whole ninja school idea that they bring James Bond, the quintessential idea of laziness.
Yeah.
Bringing him to fucking ninja school, priceless.
Right. Also, they reveal that their plan is, we will sneak my 100 ninjas in.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
you're not sneaking 100 people.
Well, they're sneaky.
Across
they're
the country.
They're ninjas.
Yeah, well, the rule is you can't see ninjas.
Right. Yeah.
If like there could be one in this room right now, we'd have no idea.
What is James Bond even says something about concealment? They say something about
the art of concealment or some shit.
Right,
yeah.
and then James Bond's in his ninja suit, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
And so he's like, and you have to marry a Japanese woman. Like, why?
Yeah, that part was very confusing.
Like, he can't just be a single guy in Japan. You made him look Japanese, and now he's gonna marry someone. Like, who's watching?
Yes.
Who is watching this happen?
Right, and like, I get that it's a very like tight knit Japanese community, but you're supposed to be You're supposed to be under the radar anyway. Like,
right.
You shouldn't be. Like, you can't just stay under the radar for a couple of days. You have to. I mean, even looking Japanese, whatever. You have to be married.
Right.
Like, it has to be like.
If anything, getting married would put you right on the radar.
Right on the radar.
Like, that's
right
a
on the
big
radar.
event.
And
there's people.
We see the wedding, so. And I look. He looks like a creature in the back. He doesn't look like a person. It's like he's obviously in a wig. What are those on your eyes? You're not Japanese. Why do you look like that? He looks like a monster.
It's a totally unnecessary thing. And
they
then
have this whole bit, real quick. They
yeah,
have this whole bit where they're talking about the wife to be, and the tiger keeps fucking telling James,
she's got a face like a pig.
She's got a face like a pig. And James is like, ugh.
You keep doing the Connery voice when you're talking for Tiger.
I don't give a shit.
It's
It's
Asian.
the same character.
He's the Asian version of Bond.
Yeah, we got the
Got the misogyny and the drinking and
we got the Haitian version or the Jamaican version of James Bond. We've got of Q, because haven't we met like the MI6 version or the equivalent of the MI6? You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck was the guy's name from the first movie? The Jamaican guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
My point is though, our fucking our dossier of all these backups is thinning out.
Yeah.
The more that James Bond goes to these different places.
Yeah.
Because everyone around him just dies.
Right. And I think after a while that's why they just start like just dropping you in like, this is James Bond.
Right. Exactly.
He's got a mission.
Everyone's gonna die.
Why they stop continuing everything.
Right.
Wedding unnecessary.
Oh, that's what I'm sorry. I've literally lost the fucking thought. Yeah, so they're calling her a pig face.
Yeah.
They're calling her a pig face, every trip. And James Bond's like, reluctant to even see her. So when the actual wedding happens and they show you a person, it's like, oh, is that the pig face? And they do this on purpose. They show you two girls.
There's two older women
they show you,
who aren't great looking.
Which if you were a fucking asshole, which I'm an asshole, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're pig face.
And then the wife is this very beautiful woman.
I mean, probably the most beautiful woman that we've had as James Bond's.
No.
I think she's the prettiest. I think she's the prettiest.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but she's a very pretty woman. The prettiest Bond woman in all these movies?
I think she's been the prettiest, yeah. And the most classically pretty. The most classic. Who were the... Pussy Galore? She was some blonde bimbo who was like, I don't know no better, Bond. This girl, I don't know what her name is, but she was like running all over the place. She was with the ninja pack.
Whoa, hold on. You're saying the best looking, and now you're and that makes her hot because she's running?
I mean, she definitely did more. I don't know. I think
Hold on. If you're saying the most useful Bond woman, then sure. But that's not what you said.
That's the one Bond woman that I would be like, I love you. In the James Bond movies, if I was James,
yeah,
I could see why he was getting caught up on her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was getting caught up. He's like, damn, this girl's fucking sweet. She's a ninja. She runs all over the place. She's in a bikini all the time.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
No, I got you.
Who do you think's the prettiest Bond lady at this point? Because it's not a lot of them.
I mean, every Bond girl is pretty good looking.
I mean, they kind of have to be. You're pretty much a model if you're in the Bond movies.
I'd have to go back through because, like, obviously they're very pretty in the moment.
We'll do a tier set. We'll do like a tier list of like this is like A tier, this is B tier.
We'll have like a really like passionate argument about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking kidding me!
We'll have a full list. We'll have all the women, and we'll just we'll be real misogynistic in James Bond spirit, and we'll rate them. We'll rate them for James, for Sean.
All right. Yeah. Wedding, not necessary. Keeping up appearance. This is the honeymoon scene. Where they're in the honeymoon, and she goes, your bed is over there, and I'll sleep over here. And then he goes, we're supposed to be on our honeymoon. We have to keep up appearances. Like, first of all, who's watching? Are they going to be a Spectre outside the door? Like, that's why I didn't get the wedding thing. It's like, Spectre going to ask you for a wedding certificate? Who's going to come to the door? We think this is James Bond. Oh, he's not. He's this guy?
Right.
Your wedding certificate? You have wedding photos?
Do you speak any Japanese?
Oh, yes, actually. Konnichiwa.
Yes. Yeah. Speak quite a bit of Japanese. Sake. Toyota.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then they're going to spy on him at night? Well, like, oh, it's their honeymoon. They're not fucking. That's weird. You know? And so when she does that whole thing, he goes, well, I won't be needing these. And they pan down to the plate, and it's oysters.
Right.
The aphrodisiac, apparently. And he just shoves his plate away.
Those little temper tantrums. Won't be needing
won't be needing these.
Yeah. What a baby. What a fucking baby.
And then the best part of it, the best part of that whole honeymoon thing is she's sleeping. And then he's laying awake in his bed, sitting up, leaning his head on his hand, and he's got a fucking fan, and he's just fanning himself, just staring at her sleeping. No expression on his face, just staring
in love
and fanning himself.
I'm saying, man, he's falling for her.
It's just the creepiest fucking thing you could have
creepy.
done. Oh my god.
Very fucking creepy.
Bond gets caught. There's supposed to be I think there was 3 astronauts supposed to go up in that rocket.
Yeah.
And then it's like they just take that other part of the crew. It's like, okay, so we're just cool too. I don't know, is the third one not an essential part of the crew? I'm just wondering. I don't know. I don't know anything about astronauts. Or,
Man,
trips to space.
That's actually a really good fucking point, Tyler.
We're just a guy short now?
So that's another fucking thing that's very confusing, because the thing that got him caught up wasn't even the fact that they were a man short. It was the fact he wasn't holding his air conditioner right.
Yeah.
If I'm the big bad guy, I would be like, wait a minute. There was 3 people. And one of them was definitely not an American.
There was 3. 2 of them come up there. Connery gets pulled. It's just a dude on a solo mission.
Right, yeah. Launch it anyway.
Hey, Scott, you good? You good?
Yeah, he's alright. He's alright.
You good? He's like, no, they're like, he's good.
He's
fine.
He's good.
Fine.
He's good. No means yes. No means yes.
Okay, just the one quote from, they're announcing everything.
Yeah.
They said about the spaceship, Bird 1 now in readiness. Did you catch that?
I didn't catch Bird 1 now in readiness.
Yeah.
That's another trope now that we've officially... I've dissected this from the Austin Powers movies.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a joke. I mean, it was a joke, but now
you
I get
didn't know it was actually happening.
Now I get it.
Well, it's funny because it's also in reverse order. Because it's not in reverse order. It's just that dude was announcing everything over the intercom, and whereas Dr. Evil says everything, and then that girl's like, open the hatches!
Yeah, yes. And that's almost exactly what is happening in this.
It's literally what's
It's
happening.
like, open the hatches. Shh. Opening hatches. Shh.
Launch the rocket. Launch the rocket! Clear the floor. Clear the floor! But he's just saying it calmly into an intercom. That's the only difference.
It's that for about 15 minutes. And then the movie just ends.
And then it just kind of
well, actually, they
ends. Shout out, Sonny.
They end up in, like, the water. Like, honestly, Tyler, the last 15 to 20 minutes of this movie, I don't remember.
That's not good.
I don't remember. There's a ninja battle.
Ninja Bell. Oh, I forgot to mention Bond sneaking in. Right, so after he throws the rock and he's walking around up there, they're starting to launch a helicopter.
Yeah.
Out of there, right? Or launch a helicopter. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Take off.
Yeah, a helicopter's about to take off out of there, right? So he hides. And he's like, go back and tell them blah, 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 right? And, he's like, I'm going to get down there. And then he starts changing into his ninja gear. He put this little thing on. And then he's got suction cups on his knees and on his hands.
Yeah.
And so he starts crawling in. And it's like, no one was looking up, going like, hey, there's a man up there. There's a man crawling in.
No. Hey, Tyler, my eyes are right here. Look at me. Don't look up there. Look at me.
There's a man up there,
A man up there?
But there's a man.
No. There's no way there's a man up there.
We never saw, like, the fucking Austin Powers version of that, where it was just like, it's like, hey! And like I would just love to hear James just be like, look, oh no, you can't see me! No, I'm a ninja.
Don't look up here!
Oh no, you can't see ninjas! Don't you know you can't see ninjas? I would know! I went to ninja school for 3 days!
And I am a ninja.
I went to ninja school for 3 entire days.
I really just slept there and ate.
Ninja training makes you hungry.
I'm actually hungry right now.
I'm very hungry right now.
I'm going to stop suctioning real quick and make a bowl of cereal in my suction cup.
What's great, dual purpose, these suction cups.
Yes, yeah. Right now, it's a cereal.
Does anyone have a cigarette? I don't know, although I don't know where you'd know to pass it, the cigarette, because...
I need a spoon!
You can't see me
I need a spoon!
Because I'm a ninja.
Anybody mind sending up a vanilla yogurt?
Anyone just mind vaguely throwing a spoon in the air to an invisible ninja?
Yes, the invisible ninja over here. Nobody can hear me, old James. I'll use my hands.
Oh, so fucking ridiculous.
There is something dripping on me right now. Hey, eyes right here, guys. There's milk dripping on me. Hey,
it's a guy.
Eyes right here.
Hey, guy, he's eating cereal.
Listen, I don't care how much milk is dribbling all over your uniform. Eyes forward, soldier.
Oh, fuck.
Ninja.
Ninjas.
All right, man. Listen. This is getting to the point though where. I don't think there's anything else we can talk about this movie because I do not remember anything else besides them splashing around in the water.
Let me just blow through.
Okay.
Bond just came from the control room. Just go back. Like, he walks out of the control room, there's the whole thing, and then he gets out to them, and they're like, we gotta get to the control room and turn it off. But then, all of a sudden, there's this whole other route he has to take. And I'm like, just go back the way you came.
I don't remember that. Why didn't you tell me that? I
just told you. And then he's fighting that big dude in the room with the piranha pool.
Oh yeah, Hans.
Yeah, and dude's walking right up to him. He's walking right up to him, and then he just like walks right into a punch in the face. He doesn't brace himself for a fight. He just runs. It's like if you're winding up for a punch, and I just run right up, face first, just holding my neck out. Volcano looks like a cartoon. We covered that. And every Bond so far has either ended in a life raft or a boat.
Yep.
Boat. Well, shit. I forgot Goldfinger again. Goldfinger, they're in the grass by a lake. They parachuted down.
Oh,
but everything's by it's like a requirement the movie has to end by a body of water.
I'm gonna say the body
of water.
But
4 out of 5 Bond movies
so far
have ended in either a life raft or a boat. so far.
Well, Tyler, I think that's a good...
But that's my notes.
Right now, you and I are on our lifeboat together, and we're wrapping up this movie.
Yeah.
And we are wrapping up this podcast.
We want to rate it.
I need to know what I rated the last one, because I've got...
Got it right here.
Alright.
Harley rated Thunderball 5.7 out of 10.
This is 6.2. This is a 6.2.
0.2 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with 6. I don't think this was any better or any worse. I mean, I mentioned the effects thing, but for sheer entertainment value,
Way more watchable than
it's
Thunderball.
far more watchable than
Far more
Thunderball.
watchable. I thought that Thunderball was an unwatchable fucking snooze fest.
But I am sticking with 6 out of 10 for that.
Yeah, 6.2. I would actually... This is the first Bond movie that I've watched that I would rewatch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just because it's
absurd.
It's absurdly, like, just entertaining.
Yeah, like there's not really any...
The absurdity is entertaining.
It's not a classic Bond movie. It's not. It's seriously, it's not a classic, like... Or, I mean, it is a classic Bond movie in, objectively, but subjectively, this is a fucking mess. I don't know.
It's a mess.
There's no Aston Martin or like...
No.
There's no like city or any really spy shit. He's just kind of a...
Just,
there's a little like...
Just going Asian face.
Yeah. It just... He dives into Japanese culture, but at the wrong ways. He's tackling this culture...
Through a 2022 lens, to be fair. Yes.
I mean... Yeah.
Even back then, like, I'm sure the Japanese people were looking at him like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. I mean, of course, we're more conscious of it right now, but...
Absolutely.
In 2022 lens, but... I would definitely go back and rewatch this for, I guess, the pure... Just entertainment.
Yeah, it's how, like, ridiculous it is.
Yeah. But that's kind of like we said, the cheesiness of it, the corniness of it is... I mean, it makes it good. Where Thunderball didn't have that. Thunderball didn't have those cheesy moments. There were cheesy moments, but there wasn't as many as this. I mean, this has got the marriage, the Japanese face, the fucking, the ninjas, the rockets. Yeah. I mean, it's all, when you tie it all together, it's like, wow, if I were to explain to you in 2 minutes what the fuck I just watched, you'd be like, that's not James Bond.
Yeah.
That is definitely not James Bond.
Yeah.
Whereas if I explain
next movie is like even more ridiculous. He gets married.
And the next one?
What? Yeah.
After watching this and seeing where they're going with their, I don't know, acid trip or whatever, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having fun. At Consequences on Twitter, consequenceshotline@yahoo.com.
Tweet at us, man.
Tweet us,
something, man.
Fucking email us,
Throw us a follow.
Throw us a follow for sure.
Because it's free. A follow is free, and we'll follow you back. So, and from what I can tell, Tyler likes to post movie shit, sports shit, just shit. Let you know when
I gotta stop posting shit because nobody gives a fuck.
That's kind of how Twitter's just talking to yourself, hoping someone's listening.
Basically,
so, at least you can catch up with us.
And really, are we doing anything more here?
Yeah.
Not really.
No, maybe
we're just talking to ourselves, to each other, hoping someone's listening.
Someone's listening, man.
So anyway,
it's
guys,
its own form of art, man.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for listening.
And see you next time.
Okay.
Goodbye.